Come on. Come on. Oh, died again. I can't believe every time. Oh, hi there. I didn't hear you come in. I was just playing good old Nintendo, good games. It's crazy to think how long video games have actually been along with us. And like Mario, as a matter of fact, has been with us forever. Mario's been over 200 video games. Over 200. Even if it's a cameo or something, or he's the main character. Over 200 video games. Yet, it's kind of surprising that a lot of people don't know a lot about the plumber. I mean, the fact that he wasn't a plumber to begin with. People don't know that. A lot of people don't know his roots. So, join me as we go back in time a little bit to see where the guy in red and overalls came from, Mario. The birth of Mario goes back to 1981, originally known as Jumpman in the arcade game Donkey Kong. The game and its characters were created by Shigeru Miyamoto. What some don't know is that Jumpman was not a plumber, but rather a carpenter, with saving his girlfriend Pauline from his pet ape. Because every carpenter could afford to feed and take care of an ape 3 times his size. Does that make sense? Especially with anger problems and all, Totally makes sense. So because he doesn't treat his pet nicely, Donkey Kong kidnaps his girlfriend and it's up to Jumpman to save the day. Although, it's not the same as playing the game itself. I can talk on all day, and it wouldn't make a difference if I just show you pictures. You don't understand the game. You don't know how it works. Well, I don't really have my own arcade cabinet with Donkey Kong on it, so we'll have to do a little bit of traveling. To the arcade!
Gosh, what is with this traffic? I swear, it gets worse every single day. They should really outlaw these green shells. They're ridiculous. The red shells are even worse.
Looks we finally made it to the classic arcade cabinet. So let's go ahead and play this game and see what it looks like. So here's how the game goes. Pretty simple. You go up these rafters to try to save your girlfriend from the ape while avoiding tons of barrels and other obstacles that may come along. Also, hopefully you can get a hammer around there, and it makes things a lot easier to go around. However, getting around these barrels is not as easy as it may seem, as they may fall down certain ladders, or they'll keep rolling the entire way, which can make path making kind of hard, especially when your controls are just a simple joystick and a single jump button. Oh, that's Donkey Kong, Mario's first arcade game and video game ever. But it wasn't his last one until he made it to consoles back home. So let's move a few cabinets over and take a look at Mario Brothers. The Mario Brothers arcade game came out 2 years later in 1983 and seems a little bit more of a standard arcade game, although it gave birth to the more common turtle enemies in the Mario games. It takes place in the sewers of New York, and there's 2-player option, introducing Mario's brother, Luigi. Also introducing the idea that the two are superhumans, meaning that they can hit floors above them, bending them so they don't get hurt from falling. And they hit blocks with, well, no problem at all. This is why Super was put in front of the later games. This game is just a simple go around and you keep defeating turtles and enemies, as well as crabs and whatnot. Of course, you get a second player to come in, and then it's all kinds of awesome second player mayhem. Either you can work together or against each other. Either way, it's all good fun. So that's where the arcade ends and the console begins, so let's head on back. And, well, because I don't really want to deal with crazy cart drivers, let's take the shortcut back to my place.
Well, we made it back from the arcade, and now it's time to start showing what most people know. What people were introduced to Mario, where they learned of the man in red they know most. I give you that Nintendo Entertainment System, Super Mario Brothers. Wait, I should probably explain. This is actually not the original Nintendo Super Mario Brothers cartridge. This is the Super Nintendo Super Mario All-Stars plus Super Mario World cartridge. This is containing several of the original Mario games for the original Nintendo system in one cartridge altogether. So the graphics and music may be a bit different than the original sound was. But that's how it's gonna go. Let's plug this in and see how it goes.
So here we are, Super Mario Bros. Released in 1985 for the Nintendo Entertainment System, otherwise known as the NES. The game that made it all, with that awesome music everybody knows and loves, giving us introduction to the Goomba, one of the most common enemy, along with turtles, now known as Koopas. So mechanics are simple: jump through levels, beat up or avoid enemies, and take down the flag fairy level. Finish 3 levels and then head on to a castle level where you face a version of Bowser, evil guy of the series. Okay, these levels can be anything from ground, in the trees, underground, bridges over water, underwater, and castle. After that, it turns out the princess is not there, but in another castle. So you gotta keep going through castle to castle as told by Captured Toad. In the second castle, however, there's 2 toads in one bag. Okay. And the third, oh, you gotta be kidding. Seriously, how did 3 of them fit in one single bag?
Oh gosh. Oh, I don't think I can have battles another time. You better be in here, princess. Yeah.
Hey, Mario! Thanks for getting us out of there, but our princess is in another castle.
Okay, how did all 3 of you fit in one bag?
It's actually better if you didn't know how we all got in there. Just saying.
So do this over and over again until you finish all 8 worlds. After that, you save the princess and you win. Seems like a simple objective, but with each level, the difficulty ramps up higher and higher, making each screen harder to play by. Along the way, you can get power-ups like a mushroom to make you bigger, a green mushroom for another life. Fireballs come from these flowers you can get, and a star will give you a small timed amount of invincibility. Why is Mario jumping all over these pipes, pits, and smashing bricks? Save the princess, of course. Princess Toadstool, aka Princess Peach, was kidnapped by the King of Koopas, Bowser, because he wants to take over the kingdom. Mario heard about the kidnapping and figured, well, my plumbing business hasn't been doing so well, so I'll go sacrifice my life to save a princess. I'm not really making that up, that's what the instruction manual says. Let's see what else the instruction manual tells us about this game. One day, the kingdom of the peaceful mushroom people was invaded by the Koopa, a tribe of turtles famous for their black magic. The quiet, peace-loving mushroom people were turned into mere stones, bricks, and even field horse airplanes. Wait, what? You mean to tell me that the bricks and the flowers in this game were people? Okay. This game got really dark all of a sudden. So that's Super Mario Bros. A super game indeed with amazing look and great sound, great platforming, even if this backstory's a little weird. Kind of freaky when you think about it. But hey, the sequel can't be more freaky than that, can it? Super Mario Bros. 2 was released in 1988 for the NES. The original cartridge says Mario Madness, and I'm gonna be completely honest, I think that's the best way to describe this game. I mean, first of all, the game starts with a dialogue prelude. When Mario opened a door after climbing a long stair in his dream, another world spread before him, and he heard a voice call for help to be freed from a spell. After awakening, Mario went to a cave nearby, and to his surprise, he saw exactly what he saw in his dream. So immediately upon starting this game, we have something really different. A character selection screen to play either as Mario, Luigi, Toad, or Princess Toadstool. How they got there? Heck if I know, but it provides a very interesting gameplay as each character has different attributes. Mario's a bit averaged out and everything, while his brother has a really high jump. Look at his little twinkle toes. Toad is the fastest of the four, while the princess can jump and float in the air. That's pretty awesome. This makes a lot of gameplay options, making some characters better for certain levels, but this gameplay is radically different. The player can pick up items or enemies and put them above their head to throw or use. Squishing enemies used in the first game, completely gone. There's hardly any power-ups, and the characters have a health meter. It can only be increased when you pick up a potion from the ground, create a door, which leads to an alternate dark universe where mushrooms can appear which increase your health. What the heck is this game? Well, there's a reasoning to all this Mario mayhem, as it were. Technically, this isn't the sequel we're looking for. You see, the original Mario Bros. Sequel never made it to North America, only to be known in North America later on as Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels. Due to the higher difficulty of the game, Nintendo thought a different game was in order. So it took a Nintendo company game known as Doki Doki Panic, applying the Mario characters and elements from the past Mario game to put it all together and bring it to North America. In other words, this is a Mario in a non-Mario game. But it's still considered Mario canon. To make up for this, being the game players have shown Mario sleeping, claiming the entire game was a dream. Everything you did didn't happen. However, even if it was a dream, elements and enemies from the game have remained in the Mario universe, most notably the Shy Guy. There's also a common boss in the series, Birdo. My reaction to Birdo has been the same as when I first saw the creature playing as a kid. 1. What the heck is that thing? 2. Oh my gosh, why is it shooting eggs out of its nose-mouth thing? So what the heck is Birdo anyway? Alright, let's see what the instruction booklet has to say. He thinks he's a girl and he spits eggs from his mouth. He'd rather called Birdetta. Nintendo, you find all kinds of ways to put stuff in instruction books to creep me out, don't you? So yeah, Birdo is a very common boss that shoots eggs and you have to jump on top of, grab, and throw it back to beat him. Or her. Well, it's not like there's anything else weird in this game. Well, never mind then. So yeah, there's lots of weird things that can happen in this game, but it's still a great side-scrolling fun. Fighting new enemies, dodging pits and projectiles, all good stuff. Another interesting aspect is unlocking doors. Some doors need a key to be unlocked to advance further. So where do we get a key? Oh, here's a room with a key. And some weird-looking masks. Alright, little touch of atmospheric. Alright, let's grab it. Oh my god, that mask is alive!
Oh boy, look, a key! Aha!
So yeah, that's Super Mario Bros. 2. It's weird and wacky and sometimes doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but still all sorts of fun to be enjoyed. However, since I'm using the collection cartridge here, we can play the original sequel, The Lost Levels. Let's go ahead and take a look. Oh hey, and we can choose which plumber we want to play as, so let's give Luigi some attention. And immediately it can be understood how much harder this game gets. Already it engages the player in making them think before taking their next step, and platforming becomes much, much harder. Even a new item known as the poison mushroom is introduced, and that's a cool element. And what? Why are you in the air, Blooper? You belong in the water. You are a squid. Go back home, Blooper. Well, sure, the platforming is more tricky and frustrating, but at least it's not as weirded out like in Super Mario Bros. 2, right? What? What? Why did Luigi jump so high? What? What is going on? So, while not as crazy as Super Mario Bros. 2, it's a difficult game with its own weirdness and craziness to it. But it's time to move into the third game, released in 1990 for the NES, and brought themes from both Super Mario games, and added so much more to it. Let's go into Super Mario Bros. 3. It brought all kinds of new areas and platforms to life, with all kinds of power-ups as well, including the ability of running affecting gameplay. Most notable upgrades are the suits. The Tanuki suit, making attacking enemies and floating through the air possible. There's also the frog suit, making it much easier to move underwater as well as jumping on land. There's also a hammer suit that gives Mario the likeness of a Hammer Brother enemy, and also to throw hammers and not even take fire damage. However, the biggest addition in the game is the overworld map, showing all the places Mario travels along his journey, also making different paths and minigames available to players, which offer all kinds of new ways to play. The biggest change in enemies is the Kooplings, the children of Bowser, who makes his return of kidnapping the princess once again. Instead of fighting a different version of Bowser in each castle like in the first Mario Bros. Game, each castle will have a Koopling in the boss, making Bowser only at the very end of the game itself. Each one has different attacks and stages upon fighting, and nothing is too jump crazy at it, scary out of this game. Just crazy awesome, like an airship battle. This game is cool. And now for one last game to look at. Super Mario World for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, coming out in 1991. Mario moved to a new console with a larger graphical output, a larger color palette, and so much more memory and other options to use. And this game gave it all. It's gorgeous, has a multi-path overworld, where beating certain levels has an effect on all levels played later. While all the suits from last game don't return, there is a new feather cape, which is kinda like the Tanuki suit with the flying aspect. The biggest addition, however, is the character Yoshi, a native to this new land. The story goes that Mario and Luigi and the princess decide to go for a vacation in Dinosaur Land, only for Peach to be kidnapped again. The two meet Yoshi, who tells of how his friends have been captured by Bowser, and they all set off to stop Bowser once more. Well, let's start this level, and let's go stop that good-for-nothing turtle and... What in the...
Mamma mia, I guess it's another adventure to save the princess. Oh my gosh!
While some platforming never changes, Super Mario World proves that there's always something new to throw in, especially in the variety of enemies as well as how to deal with enemies with a dinosaur that can practically eat anything on a player's side. Booyah! Even the Kooplings return for some cool boss fights. The castle's levels leading up to them keep getting more and more intense, with a great sign something changed in every game, but still have a good difficulty curve. There's even a new type of level, a boo house as it were. Well, let's go ahead and check this place out. Alright, going up the stairs. Wait, weren't we here before? And we did that before. Okay, there's an arrow pointing to the door. A secret door somewhere? What do I do? I'm confused. Where do I go? What do I do? What do I do? There's nothing going on. What do I do? Where do I go?
Mamma mia, mamma mia. Keeps going in circles. Keeps going in circles. 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 Ah!
Wait a minute. Okay. That wasn't here before when I came in. So this is a different room? What if I go through this door again? What? Vines? What? There's a door. What? That was it? That's it? That was nuts! So that's Super Mario World in a nutshell. A game building upon the past successions of the Mario games and to make a building standard for future games yet to come.
Well, that's the very beginning of Mario. The very beginning. We only touched the tip of the iceberg here. And look at all these years we traveled. And so much has changed. I mean, you've gone from dodging barrels to dodging fireballs. You've gone from mushrooms to raccoon suits. You went from turtles to, well, bored turtles. Some things don't change. But you know what? That's not a bad thing. Mario has several things that are all the same, but they're put into new ways. You have new ways of getting to that turtle. That turtle has new ways of attacking you. You may be in a completely different plane from going from 2D to 3D, from going from a desert to space. Mario keeps changing every single time, but he's still Mario. And that's something a lot of characters don't have. So, you know what, Mario? This one's to you, for being a face of the gaming universe.